Minasan, welcome back for another round of SkibidiToilet Multiverse Research, Season 11. The special episodes really opened up the revelations. I'm very glad that that all my fans and viewers in the comments, warned me that those special episodes was very important, because now I know there's going to be an alliance being formed, an attempt at forming an alliance between the SkibidiToilets and the alliance itself, which is kind of redundant, everything that I said there. Go fig. Nevertheless, we're going to find out what's going to happen. Dome Studios, links are in the description down below. Be sure to grab your notes and get them ready for my post-research thoughts and my 3 seeds of interest. Call action. Comment, like, subscribe, follow. Hit the notification button. And let us begin the research. In another universe, another time, another space, on the moon.
Ethan, Mr. 099, do you copy?
What is it, Isa?
The battle of fate for the multiverse has begun.
There's no closed caption.
Huh? Isn't that obvious?
Listen, I'm really having a tough time here.
No, that world
Please
is
stop
done
playing
for.
games and be more specific.
Sinister is free! God, you didn't have to ruin my line.
On my way. Bring the others.
Sinister is free.
Well, there you are. God, I told you we're gonna need more. Did you find it?
Found what? Pencil Woman taking on Counter Titan. What has the Counter Titan been eating? He's got a lot of stuff on him. Ooh, he's got some reflexes there. Oh, chop the arm off. Why didn't you kill her? Kill her. You got it. Why'd I always hesitate? Dodge, dodge. No, that was a cool stare down. She has stands. Pencil stands. She's like the pencil. Should have killed him when you had the chance. Pull out double barrel missile gun. Get over here! Alright, kill her now. You got it. Well, kill her.
You look different, Kitsy.
He talks.
C-Pen.
Oh, C-Pen, huh?
Yes and no. I'm the pilot of this Titan. My own body is somewhere else.
Chief told me what you did, but I couldn't believe it. Did you really kill innocent children?
That's an interesting topic to discuss, but not for now. Kitsy, I did my best to convince my father, but he disappointed me. A shame he couldn't understand my purpose. But you're different. You and I share something special.
Green?
You know me. I know you. We both understand each other. So please, Ketsy, join me.
And we will rule the galaxy
And
together.
together we prove how the weakest can reach beyond the strongest.
Shut up, you traitor!
She just summoned Master Hand's older brother. A smashing defeat. The counter titan has been counted out. I'll see myself out the door. My hero. I'm glad to see have seen fights with Titan Pencil Woman. I've been pining for that. Interesting that she won't speak to him, even though she can talk. We have an Xbox. That's why we're green.
You overdid it. We're too close to dying.
Considering our current situation, I don't think we'll be able to survive if we don't risk.
You are not the only Titan out there. But, speaking about risk.
Oh, that's cool.
Chief, are you sure about it?
Yes, C-Pen's actions and behavior has opened my eyes. So from now on, we'll no longer hold back and we'll have to fight with all that we have. But be aware of one thing. Giving up all of our resources for this fight is my decision. Because I don't want you to push yourself to your limits. You can drain every last atom of these resources, but don't you dare to exhaust yourself. I don't want to lose you.
Chief, about C-Pen, you're not responsible to carry his mistakes.
It's not yours either.
Man, these Titans are getting beefed up at every level here. It's like they're like Omnitechs, Omnimechs, Omnitechs. Oh boy, BattleTech fans are gonna kill me for saying that. They're Omnimechs. Yeah, those yeah, chat, that's the Pencil Men. Exclusive to the Multiverse series.
Dying is a day worth living for. Steve and Speaker are about to arrive. Seems like we have to go by the Pencil's plan. They have enough resources to support the Titans for the final battle. Now the only thing we need is a good distraction against the first line of their troop. Which, I suppose, their lead camera jets will do the job. Why you're shouting at me like I'm the Chief Pencil? I'm angry too. But we'll have to save that conversation for another day.
Why were the
Chief,
pencils
it's
holding
going to be
holding
another
back?
day.
Was there a betrayal? Hey, Steve is back. Speaker Titan Man. Let's get that petard out of his shell. That's right, let's go get the petard. He's a raging petard, I see. Oh my gosh, they're destroying all the trees. The horror. Yeah. That whole sequence was very interesting indeed. It seems like the pencils have their own ulterior motives from what it looks like. The fact that the Pencil Titan woman is speaking cleanly while the others are like, it's very weird. It is very weird actually, because I was so used to hearing either roars from Steve or something straight out of that scene from Bruce Almighty with when Evan was like so the Count Titan is gone and C-Pen was up to something, and meanwhile in another part of a multiverse, some dude named Sinister escaped. I wonder if that's the Master. That'll be interesting if that turns out to be the Master. What if the Master is the pencil? What if the Master is me? No, it's not. That's the mystery part. It looks like we got ourselves a big fight between clocks here, so let's check this out.
This wasn't what I saw in future.
You have so much confidence. Do you really think you're the source of all Clox's powers?
I am what I say.
Timelines, one. Chief revived you in the midst of his powers and mine. But the power he stole from me was too much. Besides Chief himself, it instantly killed them all. You know what that means. You're not the source of all Clox's powers. You're just a tiny piece of me.
I thought I was gonna say shit, but okay.
Are you trying to be funny?
Yes.
When Chief was stealing my powers, I used those few seconds. I slowed the time, making those few seconds pass like 1,000 years for me. I made an illusion of the entire multiverse in my head.
Living rent free?
Possibilities in future. Choosing my perfect destiny. Leading myself to absolute victory.
Spirit bomb. Dang, took the whole building down.
There are multiple ways I can be humiliated, defeated, and trapped. I'm not invincible after all, but I made sure to become one. As I saw
I would not have revealed that.
destinies of mine in future time.
Chad's like better than Dragon Ball Z.
The one that leads me to my perfect dominion. You can try. Stop holding back and hit me with your best move. Do it if you can. You asked for it. Order. Infinite boost.
What in the Persona 5 is this background?
Taste the holy sword.
Holy crap. Oh, this is in Europe? Alright. This fight's in Europe.
To hell with it.
Clocks are so broken, they could just reverse time and heal.
Was that your trump card?
one drops to the knee. No? Oh, he can't reverse it. Zawaldo.
Thousand years I witnessed millions of possibilities. 1,000 years I saw those future timelines I died. I only needed one risk, and finally, with this sword in my hand, I'll reach my perfect dominion. Order
66.
First. You will try, and you will fail. And the most satisfying part is, your actions will cause my victory. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know how?
Because good is dumb.
You will suffer.
He's monologuing.
And again, and again. And the world will finally
Yeah, this
see
battle is one big JoJo reference, Chad. I agree.
you face the soul-shattering truth.
That's the extent of your kill shot, just slamming him.
You will sacrifice yourself. You will reboot everything. After that, in the new world, a multiverse without you, I will begin my perfect dominion.
Starting with Speedball Run.
Try to make a change if you can. I'll enjoy your suffering.
Yeah, this is actually pretty epic, and it's still going. But as usual, you know, the fighting is just could get relentless and endless. We need some breather moments here, you know, process this whole thing. If I remember his name correctly, it's Chronoverse, and he's about to commit a domain expansion and redo the multiverse on everybody. Unfortunately, it looks like the Stand will end up winning with Zawaldo. What would win in the fight? A Stand or domain expansion? That's a good question. Man, comment down below on that one. And if you're a JoJo fan and a Jujutsu Kaisen fan, who would win, a Stand or a Dominion domain expansion?
God of Chronoverse, my ass. Time strike!
Hadouken! Chat says Stan.
Absolute cinema. But, well,
Wow!
Ethan, Mr. 099.
She said
please
absolute
copy.
cinema.
What
I've
is it,
seen that
Grayson?
meme.
The battle
my
of fate
comments.
for the multiverse has begun.
What's that supposed to mean?
Huh? Isn't that obvious?
Listen, I'm really having a tough time here, so please stop playing games and be more specific.
Sinister is free! Oh, God, you didn't have to ruin my line.
Oh, here we are.
Bring the others.
You're welcome.
Meanwhile, somewhere else. The clock has boobies. That's right, chat. That's some nice looking planes. Very well designed. Wow, I like the difference of colors they got from the bullets: red, green, blue. The claw. Pencil copters. You gonna send him to the Phantom Zone? Epic hero music. See, given how big this this thing is with the head, what we need is a song rumbling. Rumbling, rumbling. This is Titans on Attack instead of Attack on Titans.
This is all thanks to you, Chief.
Stando. You wasted all of that just to take down a bunch of regular skibidis. No, wait. Let the peons go first. Oh, come on, Steve. You can't be knocked out like that. Alright, that was cool. Grab the missile and just slam it into their face. You know what would have been really cooler? Seeing the actual Titans fighting. And not these shadow clone jutsus. all cool and everything, but I would have preferred the actual Titans do all this. See, there we go. Oh, he ripped his head off? Look at this. He's doing this all by himself. Yeah, there we go. Hi. Yes. Unfortunately, they didn't attach any. Oh, we're at the end? Cool. We got a specialized team coming out. Big hero moment. Yeah, you would have preferred Thanos snapping fingers, chat? Yeah. Sounded like R2-D2. I can't do his voice, dang it. First person view, and to be continued. Oh, incoming Alliance broadcast. Did they finally make a video game? Did they finally make a video game? Did they get Raw Prills to make one? SkibidiToilet.
Secure your Skibidi collection.
Oh, look, there's one right here, right now. Yeah, the first half was really fun. It was good. I didn't like the shadow clone jutsu. I know y'all gonna sit there. And, I know all of you in the comments gonna say, "Didn't that shadow clone jutsu?" They're clones, okay? they're white clone jutsus, okay? Look, I don't want to see the clones fighting. I want to see the actual Titans fighting. That's a big hit to the story here, you know. But overall, it was fine. You know, it was still fun watching, seeing everyone fighting, seeing everything coming together, the whole story. Getting in place. The fights, it's a lot of fighting. I would have liked to have had a slight pause, a little bit. Well, there was a pause, but I mean, like a little longer pause than the pause that we got. Saying you gotta get more breather. Gotta get more breather. It jumped from one fight to another very quickly. Then we had that one pause. And then we got back to fighting again. And I know it's all about the fighting, but I'm not talking about like moving the plot along or any of that stuff. You gotta. I'm just talking about being able to get a breather and such. But Sinister, I'm not sure if that's the Master, but if that's the Master, I can't wait to see him. Unless I already saw him with Shadowverse, with the Shadowverse. No, not Shadowverse. Sorry, Chronoverse. But very interesting thing though did happen, and that is my first scene of interest, and that is Gypsy and C-Pen communicating with each other. Gypsy actually talks, so she's probably got like Chief Drill, a pilot, maybe not so much a pilot inside because Steve operates on his own, but she most likely does have a container in there, and she's communicating with the pencil Titan woman. Gypsy's communicating with C-Pen, who is using mind powers now and communicating through Counter Titan. Yeah, they got a lot of beef. He's trying to get her on her side. She says no. The thing about this little fight here is that he had many opportunities to kill her. The old join me on the dark side. Just kill her. Just enter. You got her all tied up, wrapped up, and everything. Just that's it. You know. It's a tired old Trump. Trope, not Trump. Trope. They already mentioned Trump. In a different way, but it's an old standard trope. You know, join me, never. Okay, that's fine. Honestly, he should have just killed her off instead of wasting time. But he ends up getting beaten by Master Hand, which was pretty hilarious. Master Hand's older brother, and that was the end of the Counter Titan. But I was about to say C-SPAN. C-Pen is still out there somewhere. C-Pen is still out there, and eventually, it wouldn't surprise me if he's Sinister, or the Master, or if they're both. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. You know. But nevertheless, the fight was really good. You know what I'm saying? Despite the usual tropes, but at the very least, it was satisfying. You know what I'm saying? Watching the Counter Titan again get destroyed, because this is what, the second time the Counter Titan got destroyed. Yeah, it got destroyed the second time. So hopefully we don't have to see it again. We don't have to see that again, because that's too weird. If it keeps coming back, then it's like, well, you know, what the heck is this creature? You know, if it's not going to lead to something, it's going to end up being tiresome and boring. So hopefully Counter Titan is done for once more. Yeah. Speaking of being done for, this one, Chronoverse definitely doesn't look like he's going to be done for anytime soon. My second scene of interest is the Chief stole the power. Chronoverse, and I'm sure the comment's gonna be like, its name's not Chronoverse. I don't know. He called himself Chronoverse. They'll let me know. But nevertheless, my second scene of interest, it is that the clock chief stole the power. We had a little backstory. Apparently, Chronoverse is pissed off because he's trying to take over the world, but in his fight, Chief stole a little bit of his power along with another power. And he's been the clock chief has been using that to try and stop the invasions and to stop the master and everything from happening, which is a very interesting twist. Well, yeah, it's an interesting twist actually, because you know because the magic that the clock chief has been using all his time, you know, was actually making the big difference, and the fact that he never was able to steal all of Chronoverse's power is very curious as well. Was it too much power? Was it too little power? Or was it just enough? Not sure. But what we do know is the fact that yeah, Chronoverse is pissed off. He's pissed off. There's a lot of guys who are pissed off. C-Pen is pissed off, so he wants to wipe out humanity. Chronoverse is pissed off. Now he wants to wipe out all the clocks. But he wants a domain. He wants to rewrite. He wants to turn back the time, rewrite everything, and rule over. And yeah, it's a pretty well, you know, typical motivation. Kept it nice and simple. It's okay story wise, honestly. You know, it's okay for in terms of storytelling. You know, don't want to overcomplicate it. So far, it doesn't feel that over. Well, well, no, it's not overcomplicated because they're still emphasizing on the master, but then they said, "Oh, Sinister escaped," so I don't know who Sinister is, unless he's Chronoverse, this one that's talking about. But that actually happens later. Either way, we saw Earth get vaporized. Already got blown up in one universe, so clearly Chronoverse is out of his mind. I haven't lost track of anything yet, which is a good thing. But when you just start adding more and more things, which is a big concern of mine with Dome Studios storytelling, because they just keep adding more surprise characters. You know, that happened with Titan Pencil Woman Titan. You know, Chronoverse is not that big a deal. He's a villain. Eventually, but at some point the master is gonna have to come out. But you throw in but the one thing also they gotta be careful with is throwing things that will leave you questioning. And my third scene of interest is the clones. Unfortunately, I'm like wondering if this was always a thing or if this was like the pencil's plan, because they said that they've been holding back. They said they were holding back, and that pretty much pissed off all the other factions. And if this is them holding back, I'm not really impressed story-wise, from a writing standpoint, honestly, because this was not something you want to hold back. With the clones, with these clones, they could have sent them out and do all of the more crucial battles. Like they probably could have avoided the capture of Drill Woman, and they probably could have captured C-Pen at this point. There was a lot of things that could have been done with these clones earlier. So unless they were hoarding the resources and trying to refine it or something, which is not clear, and that's the thing, 'cause it's not very clear. It's just like, here's some canisters, they create clones, release them, and it's like, when was this happening? You know what I'm saying? Like there was no indication, no clue. And that's the thing that I'm a little worried about with Dome Studios. It feels like it's I'm hoping this is not winging it. I hope that Dome Studios is not winging the story. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're adding and you're adding and you're adding things from out of nowhere, and that's not really good for writing. Adding stuff happens when you're doing like a first draft and a second draft. When you're doing your first two drafts, you're still adding and adding and adding. You're adding things out of nowhere, and then you realize, oh, maybe I should bring them in earlier. That's a similar situation I have when I was writing Truck and Bouken. I ended up adding characters in the final two chapters, like the final three chapters. I'm like, wait a second. They need to come in earlier. They just came out of nowhere, and that's not good for the readers. You don't want to just start throwing things at the last minute or at the last second in your story. Then readers are gonna be like, oh, what's with this sudden ass pull here that you're pulling off, And I felt like these should have been established earlier, that they had the ability to do this. Even if they had to go through refinement and experiments, it would have been nice to have seen that in the earlier seasons, and then revisit it at this point and have it be a payoff. This doesn't feel like a payoff. They took away this whole sequence took away the fight from the main Titans themselves, which is what I'm watching. I'm supposed to see the Titans and the cameramen and the pencil men and all of them do the fighting, not some random generated shadows. Like they tried to make it a big thing when they were revealing one after the other, and it just didn't grab me. it didn't grab me one bit. It didn't get me saying, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh." I'm like, wait, where did all these guys come from? Type of thing. You know, I know that they came in early. I'm sure some of them came in early, but it just didn't. It just didn't feel. You know, the payoff. The payoff just wasn't. Just didn't hit the landing. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no build up to this payoff. It just came. It just really came out of nowhere, and it was pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. It's a pretty hard thing, you know, to point out. But like I said, you don't want to this late stage of the story, this arc. You don't want to be pulling out new characters. I would like to look to what I would like to have seen is not just even so much the fight, but seeing what was going on with this other group, with the you know, the one with the pink cat, the dude with the pink cat, the SkibidiToilet that had the pink cat and was talking and everything. You know, haven't seen what was it, season 9? That was the last time we saw them, and instead we get this this clockman up in the moon. You know, speaking with a clock woman in a multiverse, new characters again. You know, throwing in new characters, and you know, once you start throwing in too many new characters, it starts getting, it's like it's being dropped a lot. I'll have to compare this to Grasimov. Because you're gonna say, oh well, Grasimov introduced new characters, but the thing is that arcs were ending, and then a new arc introduced characters. We have not finished this arc yet. This arc is not done yet, and we're getting more new characters. In the original SkibidiToilet, you know, a couple of arcs were done, and then we got introduced to some new characters in the new arc. So I'll give a good example for one arc. One arc was when they had to who was a Speaker Titan, when he got when he was taken under control, and that was one whole arc, and the whole entire plot was to free him. And once he got freed, then we moved on to another arc, and it was from there that we got a new character, you know, a new character along the way, you know what I'm saying, and some new SkibidiToilets along the way, and then we, you know, and so on. But you know, first finish your arc, then introduce new characters, new things, new stuff. We're still on the same arc here, and more new characters are getting thrown in, you know, and it's getting a little overwhelming. Be very careful. Finish your arcs first, writers out there. Finish your arcs first. Then when you start a new arc, then you start introducing new characters. One Piece is a very good example of how to introduce new characters when you know how to finish an arc and then do and then create new characters for the next arc. You know, all you have to do is watch One Piece. It's easy. You know, after when Luffy got, let's see, when Luffy went on his first met the Marines for the first time, and brought in Nami and Zolo. Sorry, Rono Zolo. Oh no, I'm getting old. No, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. No, you know what I'm saying. Once they their arc, which brought them together, was done, then we had Usopp's arc, and we got to see the whole entire situation with the cat pirates and all that. And then that arc got done because we were introduced to Klahadore and all that, and they got the merry-go, and then we got the next arc. If I recall correctly, that next arc that followed was Sanji, and we got to see that whole arc, and we got introduced to a whole new characters. You see, finish your arc first, then in your new arc, create new characters. Don't keep adding more and more characters during your current arc. You know, it starts getting overwhelming, basically. So, episode was okay. You know, it's still okay. You know, move the plot along and everything. It's just that the addition of characters is starting to get a little overwhelming, and is slowing everything out, and is pushing other characters to the side, like the pink cat guy. I'd like to have seen more of the pink cat guy, but him and his entourage was pushed to the side for this other entourage. You got to be careful with that. You know, you don't, because now, thankfully I remembered them, but if I had forgotten them, and I saw them, if not the season 12, like 3 seasons down the line, I'll be like, wait, who are these guys? These guys are still a thing? You don't want that with your audience. Don't let that happen to your audience. All right. So, head on over to Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com and grab yourself a copy of The Impossible Man, a strange fantasy novel written by me. You'll find links to the book down in the description below, along with links to other merch such as pins, stickers, t-shirts, music. Enjoy the products. Thank you for your patronage. And if you happen to have a copy of The Impossible Man, and did a lore video on my novel, thank you very much. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. And finally, if you're interested, you could join me in my live multi-stream on Kick and Twitch every Monday through Thursday, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I do lore research, Japanese studies, gaming, and more. Look forward to hanging out with you. So, until the next round of SkibidiToilet Multiverse. SkibidiToilet Multiverse. I am stumbling all over today. Thank you all for joining me, and I wish you all a good night, a buenas noches, and oisumi nasai.